Hello and welcome to this course on the PMP Certification Exam Preparation Program. In this lesson, you will get an introduction to the PMP exam and its certification body PMI. Learning objectives. After completing this lesson, you will be able to describe the PMP exam and PMI. List the other certifications offered by PMI related to project management. Identify the application and exam process. Describe the PMP exam. Identify the fee structure for the PMP exam. And describe the PMP Exam Syllabus. What are PMP and PMI? Let us now begin with the terms PMP and PMI. Project Management Professional, in short PMP, is an internationally recognized professional designation for project managers. For many of the project management jobs, it is a mandatory qualification. PMP is not restricted to a specific domain. A project manager working in any industry, be it manufacturing, retail, construction, or information technology, can write the PMP exam and upon successful completion can become a PMP certified professional. Becoming PMP certified demonstrates proof of your professional achievement, increases your marketability, provides greater opportunity for advancement in your field, and raises customer confidence in you and in your company's services. Project Management Institute, or PMI, is not-for-profit organization that offers the most recognized certification in the field of project management. PMI was founded in 1969 and now has a membership of almost 3 million professionals around the globe. To sum up, PMI is an organization and PMP is a credential offered by PMI. PMI offers several credentials, and the PMP certification is the most well known by far. In fact, the PMP is the most widely recognized project management certification in the world, and as of today, in 2020, there are almost 1 million certified PMPs around the globe. The PMP credential is only valid for 3 years. After the completion of 3 years, it can be renewed for another 3 years. For this, you must earn 60 PDUs, which means professional development units, every 3 years to maintain the PMP certification. You can acquire PDUs in several ways. Approximately 1 hour of structured learning translates to 1 PDU. The PMI website details what activities constitute a PDU, how many PDUs each activity earns, and how to register your PDUs with PMI to maintain your certification. As an example, attendance at a local chapter meeting earns 1 PDU. A guide to the project management body of knowledge, PMBOK Guide, is PMI's flagship publication. It is the entire collection of processes, best practices, terminologies, and guidelines that are accepted as standards within the project management industry. Because the body of knowledge is constantly growing as practitioners discover new methods or best practices, it is regularly updated and disseminated. PMP certification is a rigorous process that documents your achievements in the field of project management. The exam tests your knowledge of the disciplined approaches, methodologies, and project management practices as described in the PMBOK Guide. Launched in 1984, PMI's first credential was the PMP. It has since become a de facto standard certification along with the Prince 2 certification in project management. PMI later introduced many other credentials and certifications. To initially obtain a PMI credential, candidates must first document that they have met required education and experience requirements. They must then pass an examination consisting of multiple choice questions. To maintain most PMI credentials, holders must earn Professional Development Units or PDUs, which can be earned in a variety of ways, such as taking classes, attending PMI Global Congresses, contributing to professional research, or writing and publishing papers on the subject. Most credentials must be renewed every 3 years. These are the certifications and credentials offered by PMI: Certified Associate in Project Management, CAPM. If you are a junior project management practitioner and have demonstrated your skills as a project team member, then the Certified Associate in Project Management or CAPM is the best option. You will get the fundamental knowledge of processes and terminology that will help you effectively manage projects. PMI Agile Certified Practitioner. If you are experienced using agile approaches, have good collaboration skills, eagerly embrace complexity, and thrive on rapid response times, then you should become a PMI Agile Certified Practitioner, PMI ACP. PMI Risk Management Professional. If you demonstrate knowledge of skills in the risk management of a project, then PMI Risk Management Professional will suit you best. With the PMI RMP credential, you will develop an expertise in identifying project risks and in mitigating threats and capitalizing on the opportunities. PMI Scheduling Professional. If your role involves developing and working on the project schedule, then PMI Scheduling Professional or PMISP is appropriate for you. Your knowledge and experience in developing and maintaining the project schedule will be enhanced with the PMI Scheduling Professional. Portfolio Management Professional. If you are an executive or senior level practitioner managing a portfolio of projects and programs aligned with organizational strategy and focused on doing the right work, then the project management professional is the right choice for you. The portfolio management professional credentials signifies your advanced competency in the coordinated management of one or more portfolios to achieve strategic objectives. Program management. If you handle multiple projects directed towards a strategic business objectives, or if you manage programs that contain complex activities that span functions, organizations, geographic regions, and culture, in that case, the program management professional is the credential that you should opt for. It will help you gain an insightful of multiple projects aligned with organizational objectives. PMP, Project Management Professional. If you perform your project management duties under general supervision, lead the team, and direct all project tasks, then you should go for the PMP credential. You will develop an in depth understanding and skills to lead and direct project teams to deliver results within the constraints of budget, time, and scope. PMI Professional in Business Analysis. If you work with project teams and manage requirements of product development, or if you are a program manager who performs business analysis in your role, then the PMI Professional in Business Analysis certification is right for you. In August 2019, the Project Management Institute PMI acquired Discipline Agile to provide its members with expanded capabilities in the increasingly agile world. Discipline Agile is a toolkit that harnesses hundreds of agile practices to guide you to the best way of working for your team or organization. In today's ever changing world, organizations and businesses are keen to adopt a more flexible approach to learning, to delivering projects, and want to be more agile. Are keen to adopt a more flexible approach to delivering projects and want to be more agile. The four certifications available in Discipline Agile are Certified Disciplined Agilist (CDA), Certified Disciplined Agile Practitioner (CDAP), Certified Disciplined Agile Coach (CDAC), and Certified Disciplined Agile Instructor (CDAI). For more information, visit PMI's Disciplined Agile Certification web page. PMBOK, or the Project Management Body of Knowledge, is a collection of standards, best practices, and procedures for planning and executing on projects successfully. The body of knowledge evolves over time and is presented in a guide to the project management body of knowledge, which is created and updated by the Project Management Institute. It was originally published by PMI in 1996 and is now in its sixth edition. Project managers can use the PMBOK to ensure that they are building upon the processes of successful past project management or even use it as a way to refine their own project management processes. The PMBOK guide is an important resource to help you prepare for the PMP exam. Applying for the PMP exam. You need to fulfill several requirements in order to sit for the PMP exam. PMI has detailed the certification process quite extensively at its website. Go to pmi.org and click the Certification tab to get the latest information on certification, procedures, and requirements. In addition to filling out the application and documenting your formal project management training, there is one set of criteria you'll need to meet to sit for the exam. Before you apply, make sure you meet the following sets of PMP certification requirements. You belong to the first category. If you have a 4-year degree, you must undergo 35 hours of project management education or training or earn a CAPM certification. You must also have a minimum 3 years or 36 months unique non-overlapping professional project management experience. You belong to the second category if you have a high school diploma or an associate's degree or global equivalent. You must undergo 35 hours of project management education training or earn a CAPM certification. You must also have a minimum 5 years or 60 months unique non-overlapping professional project management experience. You belong to the third category if you have a bachelor's or postgraduate degree from a GSE accredited program, bachelor's degree or master's or global equivalent. You must undergo 35 hours of project management education training or earn a CAPM certification. You must also have a minimum 2 years or 24 months unique non-overlapping professional project management experience. PMP Exam Fee Structure. Apart from the traditional center-based testing, or in short CBT, where a candidate is required to visit an authorized prometric testing center, PMI now offers an option for an online proctored testing, in short OPT, wherein the candidate can take the exam at the comfort of their home. There is no difference in the fee amount for CBT or OPT. You should consider becoming a PMI member before submitting the PMP application if you are not a member already. Members get a discount of $150 for the PMP exam, which is more than the cost of membership itself. This will help you save money and gain other advantages. Becoming a member is a simple process which you can complete online at pmi.org. If you are a PMI member, your exam fees are currently $405 or 340 euros. If you are not a PMI member, you pay $555 or 465 euros. The exam fee is $405 for PMI members in good standing and $555. Re-examination fees for PMI members are currently $275 or 230 euros and $375 or 315 euros for non-members. Continuing certification requirements fee for PMI member is currently $60 and $150 for non-members. Flow of PMP application and timelines. After you start your application process, you have 90 days to submit the application. Then PMI has 5 days to review your application for completeness. PMI audits a percent of the applications submitted for the exam. If your application is selected for audit, PMI may call your employer to validate your hours, or you may have to produce evidence to validate the information on the application. If you cannot validate the information, you cannot take the exam. You have 90 days from the date of the PMI candidate audit email to submit the requested documentation. The PMP audit time primarily depends on how fast the applicant you mail back the requested information to PMI. Once PMI receives your documents, they usually take about 5 business days to complete the audit. If you clear the audit, PMI will give you a go-ahead for scheduling the exam and your eligibility clock will start ticking again. After your application is accepted and you submit payment, you can schedule your exam. You have 1 year from the date your application is approved to take your exam. You can take the exam up to 3 times during this 1 year. When you're done with the exam, you submit your test at the computer. You're informed whether you passed or failed. The exam administrator will hand you a printout of your exam results indicating your pass-fail status. The printout will also give you an analysis of your results indicating by area whether you are proficient, moderately proficient, or below proficient. Your certification cycle begins the day you pass the exam and are bestowed the credentials. The certificate is valid for 3 years. You are required to earn and report 60 PDUs within this 3-year cycle. You can complete the renewal process once you have earned and reported 60 PDUs per the requirements and submit the renewal fees. Credential suspension for 1 year occurs on the 3rd anniversary of the day you pass the exam if you have not fulfilled the continuing certification requirements. During this period, you will be unable to use the PMP designation. Credential expiration occurs at the end of your suspension period if you did not fulfill the continuing certification requirements towards credential maintenance and renewal. After credential expiration, if you wish to hold the credentials again, you must reapply. About the PMP exam. The PMP exam duration is 240 minutes or 4 hours. The exam is divided into 2 sections. You will have 10 minutes break once you complete the first section. Once your break has begun, you will not be able to review questions from the first part, either during the break or the second section. When you are signed back in, you will have the remaining allotted time to complete the second part. In total, you will have 4 hours, which is 240 minutes, to respond to 200 questions. The exam covers 200 questions, out of which 25 questions are considered as pre-test questions used for future tests and are not scored. You will not be informed about these questions and might be any random question. Therefore, you should answer all 200 questions with the same seriousness. Out of the total 200 questions, only 175 questions are finally scored. All the questions are multiple choice questions with one correct answer. The PMI tests each of the 5 processes or domain groups. You get 1 point for every correct answer. There is no penalty for incorrect answer. The result, pass or fail, is determined by the final scores attained. These processes, known as project management process groups, are initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. The percentage of questions and the number of questions that may appear from each of these process groups are listed on the given table. PMP Exam Syllabus. There are 5 process groups, 10 knowledge areas, and 49 processes. Let us discuss the project group. The project management discipline is divided into 5 broad project process groups. These process groups are designed to achieve project objectives and are independent of project phases. When a new project starts, it is first in the project initiation phase, moving to planning phase, then to execution, followed by monitoring and controlling, and finally the project is closed. One way of looking at the project management processes is by grouping them in 10 knowledge areas. A project management knowledge area is an identified area of project management defined by its knowledge requirements and described in terms of its component processes, practices, inputs, outputs, tools, and techniques. The 10 knowledge areas are project integration management, project scope management, project schedule management, project cost management, project quality management, project resource management, project communications management, project risk management, project procurement management, and project stakeholder management. Project management is accomplished through the appropriate application and integration of 49 project management processes organized into 5 process groups, which are further identified as belonging to one of the 10 knowledge areas. All 5 or just selected process groups can be repeated in each phase of the project. The processes are linked by knowledge area processes, where the result of one process may become the input to another process that is not necessary in the same process group. For example, identify risk is one of the processes which is part of the planning process group and the project risk management knowledge area. Project managers are expected to perform tasks identified in the PMP examination content outline and have the knowledge and skills required for performing these tasks. This concludes Lesson 1, Introduction to PMI and PMP. In the next lesson, we will cover Project Management Framework.